What is racial ethicist?
Ethicist?
Yes. What is racial ethicist?
Well, I mean, what I'm really focused on is what is around race. I'm focusing on proper, or as I'm deeming it, appropriate behavior, race etiquette, an appropriate way to engage with other people. And in my book, Race Rules, what I'm really focused on is helping people make better decisions so that they can have more positive, effective relationships with people of color.
Speaking of that, because you do look white, and I read that sometimes you're around white people, they don't know you're black.
I mean, I can't avoid them.
That's right. And so what are some of the things that the whites says about black people when they think you're white? What are they saying?
Like the N-word.
They call them the N-word?
I have definitely heard the N-word used by white people when they don't think there are any black people in the room. Yes, I have.
And when you heard that word, did it affect you?
I mean, I was utterly offended by it, and I spoke up.
But they didn't know you were black.
Yeah, that was, it's not like I walk around with the sign for white people that can't tell what I am saying, I am black, but I'm not hiding it. I'm clearly comfortable with being a black person. I wrote a book that says Race Rules, what your black friend won't tell you. So I'm clearly saying, hey, world, I am black.
You know how the blacks put when they own a black business, they put black business owner or owned by black business. Maybe you should put a sign on that says, I'm black.
I mean, I do wear some shirts that say some things, but
So let me ask.
But I don't feel like I need. The only time I felt like I wanted to wear a sign like that was one time when I was in the Caribbean, and I got so tired of people coming up to me thinking I was white, asking if I wanted my hair braided. And I felt like wearing a T-shirt that said, I'm black, and no, I don't want my hair braided.
Amazing. So can you give me another example of what the whites say about the blacks when you're around, they don't know you're black?
Things like naturally inclined to commit crimes, less intelligent, or if they're talking about whether, like in an employment situation, that, they'll sometimes use coded language, which still means that they think coded language that I think is racialized. So they'll say things like, that person's just not the culture fit for this organization, which is just coded language for, we don't really want these brown people here.
Right. And does that offend you too when you hear them say that?
1,000% totally offended by it.
Are those things true or not?
They're not true. They're racist.
Oh.
Those are racist statements, especially calling someone the N-word. I mean, that's just hate speech.
Have you been around?
And it also it feeds into, the N-word is a tool of white supremacy, right? It's a tool to try to keep black people in their place, in a position of subjugation.
Have you been around blacks and they call each other that N-word?
I've heard it and I find it problematic. I don't like anybody using the N-word. But it's different.
Is that a put down and an insult to blacks when other blacks call each other that word?
To me, I see it as internalizing the, dominant culture's white supremacy over centuries. So I see it as an internalization of a racist society.
And do you correct the blacks when you hear them saying that about each other?
Sometimes.
And sometimes you just stay quiet about it?
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, you pick and choose your moments.
Yeah, I understand that.